see you you standing right in your energy sphere. You came out of your physical body quickly. When I closed my eyes, I saw you kind of looking out through the top of your head, and I see you standing. It's like they have this you have this blue body but transparent robe. A transparent meaning that I don't really see your body underneath, but it looks like thick white energy, kind of fabric, like energetic fabric made out of energies that when you touch it, it feels like silk, but you can tell that their energy is layered over and over. You have this very deep eyes. When I look into your eyes, I see this space. And then I zoom out and I see just regular blue eyes. They're this in between the dark blue and the light blue, something in the middle. They look like human eyes, actually, and with the round in the middle. You say that your name is Naomi, and you come from space. And I'm asking you, so what is your planet? And you say, well, we are rescuing others. We're in the spaceship. And what we do is when we see some souls being captured by the evil ones, we would stop them. We would freeze them with our lighting system that basically stops on the dot, on the spot. We have very advanced Arcturian system, and we come from Arctur. We built the spaceships. The space looks like an octagon, 8 sides, and then the corners are rounded. And then it's interesting, it's the ship itself can split up in two. It's kind of like it splits up right in the middle, and from one you see two. There is a special trap system that you can capture a giant ship by splitting into halves onto 2 ships, and then you reconnect together in the middle. Because I see you caught a draconian ship before, the black metallic ship called Draco Star. I think it's Dragon Star. Because I see a profile of a dragon's head with the big star in his mouth. The star has 7 points with big red tongue sticking out. And you show me that's what you do, that's your job. You failed 15 souls that were taken from Jupiter. Beautiful people used to live on Jupiter. It's like Jupiter is one of those planets that life was similar to life on Earth. Humanoid forms were more beautiful, with original DNA, with multiple abilities, all connected to other civilizations on other stars in planetary systems. And I see that green, dark green reptilians came. It's like a reptilian army. It looks like there are around 100 of them on the spaceship that came over. They look at the spiral of dimensions that the planet exists in, and then they pick the one that is less protected and easy to take over, and usually they go for 3D because that's the one that they can access easily. And then they managed to take 15 because you started shooting them with plasma. Those plasma balls look like, you know, that yellow, green, bright, luminescent type, glowing, and they would just like explode. And then I see they are almost like the rays would go around the spaceship and make it explode into pieces like that. But they turned on, they had some system there to protect themselves. The ships are very durable because they use some stolen technologies. They also cooperate with Grace, and Grace provide technologies that they steal from other star races to Dragos and Reptilians. So they are like very advanced the way that they can protect themselves and change quickly, even the vibration of their spaceship. Or they do have the invisible technology also. They have the invisibility cloak on main ships, and they did something that they did suck those souls in, basically because they put them in the capsule ship and there was like a ray of light sucking them in and you couldn't save them. But I see something strange happening, like as they are sucking them in on that ship, that you are breaking that light. The light looked like a thread but made out of light tunnel. Like you break that light tunnel by shooting at it from the corner of your ship, one of the 8 corners. There's this openings, they open up and you can shoot from them. And the capsule all of a sudden it gets lost in one of the openings. The opening looks almost like a portal. Looks like a hole that sucks you in. As I understand, that was one of the portals that they used for incarnations on Earth. Because I see a lot of holes like that, a lot of portals that lead to Earth that Draco reptilians use. It was literally like throwing souls that they have into incarnations on Earth, and they have a special tracking system, so they track. They just put in like a chip with coordinates into the soul, and it just goes and they designate it to the designated mother. But this capsule was totally lost, and you felt terrible about it. So you launched into action, and you literally, like, I see you just jumping into the hole, into that, it almost looks like a black hole, that particular, it's a dark purple blue of portal. And I see it goes straight down to Earth. There's some threads connecting, light threads connecting to this portal. I feel like there's platforms that give almost like green passes, I want to say, or permission for some souls to incarnate on Earth. But that's a trick that they use, because there's some, it's literally like looks kind of weird, like something you see on Earth, like a table on the platform in this space. It's energetic, and then there is a contracts that they can put together on computer, and then they give you almost like a sheet of paper, but it's like energetic, and you can sign it with your energy pattern before you go to Earth. I'm just looking at it right now. So basically you jumped in by yourself. You were in charge of the ship or something, because you felt the biggest responsibility for all the actions you would do. And I feel like it comes to me Andromeda all the time. Like you've also had a life on Andromeda of some teacher. And I see like, literally like a school, but it looks very fancy. It looks like a white marble building, like a large igloo. It's divided into 4 floors. Each floor has 6 classrooms, and you would go from classroom to classroom, and there are other teachers there, but to teach, what comes to me is just energy magic, like magic of putting energies together, and teaching others how to concentrate their energies in different parts of their bodies to make their electrical charge. So it comes to me. That's what you tell me. And with that accumulation of energy, you can create a more potent catalyst for some creation that would be much stronger. They would survive. It doesn't matter if it's a plant or an animal. It can also be a spaceship with better technology or things like that, but mostly live creatures that you would teach them to make. It's like not encoding energies, but like a master of energy, molecular manipulation of molecules. I see you going through that portal, and then I see you clearly Japan, kind of like yellowish. It's like really weird, because I see people with white skin, but I see you glowing yellow. I think it's because your energy body is actually blue. But something happened to you that you wouldn't, I get that you die from what they thought it was a food poison at the age of 7, but actually you decided to leave the body because you don't know what food is, you're not used to it, and here you had to eat, and you couldn't quite fit into the physical body, because I see you kind of strange. It's like a body, and then half of you hanging out of the physical body cannot completely walk in it and control it because it's too small, as if you had a car that is so small for you, so you have to keep the roof open and your head is constantly hanging out. That's how I feel, but it was like your right side sticking out. Energetically, that's how it looks. And in physically, you had like intoxication. That's a word that comes to me from the it's like food poisoning that your body didn't know how to produce because you didn't have enough time to project the correct body for your energy in the physical. You were just It's like you have this in you. You're like a hero of some sort that you just jump without thinking sometimes. And that's what happened. You didn't think for a second. You felt very responsible that you didn't complete that mission, and you were the one who was always, you're known for completing your missions on time and doing everything possible to save other souls, and because you totally know what's going on in the universe, how they catch souls, how they capture them. There are different ways, because you also fly from one. You also educate other races not to accept any delegations, because what they do is a lot of times like a group of aliens would come and they would tell you that you can tell that race, alien race, a lot about the Earth and how beautiful it is and how it was built to inspire creation in the physical and how you can experience that, and it's a wonderful experience. And then if you agreed to that, you would go there. That's another trapping system. But then the third one that you educate them on and spread the information in the universe, that they would talk about, they would come with their technology and would say they can improve lives of other star races if they don't have enough, in our understanding, electricity or warmth from the sun or heat, things like that. Something related to natural resources, that they could provide that or teach them how to do it, but for that they'll have to let them implant them with something that the implants would improve their quality of life or the ability to derive the natural resources from their planet, things like that, that you actually tell them, warn them about that trick too that they use. Because they don't storm planets much with force anymore like they used to. They don't create wars, but it's more sneaky way now. So let's go to that life. Little boy Kum, like this. He dies at the age of 7. They think it's a disease, something related to liver, because his skin turns yellow, but it's simply because you wanted to leave this body that was like really didn't work, that incarnation. And then you start wondering, you're actually trying to find a portal that led you to Earth, because I see you got out of his mouth. I see energy getting up above his body, looking back, and I see you kind of hovering over the Earth, looking at different countries and the oceans, and wondering where that portal is, or maybe find other portals to get yourself out of here. But the problem is, you see, like, it's like a ceiling, and you can't get through the ceiling because it has some very low vibrational current going through it, like a grid of low vibrational current that bounces you back. Every time you try to go through it, it bounces you back, pushes you back. And then you realize there's some trick here that you don't know. The trick at this point, I know why you can't. First of all, you carry this disappointment. It's on your back. It's on your upper back. That's where you put all the disappointment from not saving those 15 souls in their capsules. In that capsule, they ended up, all those souls ended up incarnating on Earth. Another disappointment that you couldn't figure out how to get back, you start getting scared. Like, what kind of trap is that? Because you totally figured out that's a trap. It's like you're inside a bubble, but there's no opening to get out of it. That lowers your vibration. That's why you kept bouncing off. If you just knew to expand your energy sphere to get rid of these low vibrational energies, you would easily go through. You would just burn a hole and make or open a portal for yourself, by yourself, to do it. But because you've been in the physical body, you already forgot all these things, except you got out and you were remembered some, but some still are not remembered by you, filtered, because you're still in the matrix system. It's just a astral matrix. That's all it is. So you go to, you told me, I hear this clearly, Colonel Mauritius, and it's in Brazil. No idea what it is. It's just that you say that you figured out that you're gonna incarnate in another life. You created the perfect body. You wanted to be strong, and you wanted to learn how to get out of here. So you incarnate in this colonel. He's studying some military academy in Brazil. And I see you're teaching younger recruits how to fight. And then I see somebody contacts you via phone. You're on the phone with somebody. But then if I see on the other side that somebody who talks to you is from a deep underground military base, talking to you and offering you to participate in something. And in that, I see two, like, men in black going on the sides of you. Your conscious, your physical part talking on the phone already got two men in black on the sides. And because you agreed, there was something for you there that you agreed to, because you had family by then, and you felt like you would like to get out of the country, and there was an offer to actually go travel and perform and teach some military personnel in some other country. What pops up is I saw like Argentina, but from Argentina you can fly to England. And that's when I see behind there's a big reptilian with the, looks like a iguana on the back with those spikes, but it's a huge reptilian with muscles standing behind those men in black. That iguana reptilian is actually that guy who was calling him, that's him. But he pretended he was somebody else. So you go, you take your wife, Marisa, and the two daughters, and you go first to Argentina. Then I see you living in London on the corner of Piccadilly Street. And you're happy, you got what you wanted, but I see those agents constantly standing by you. Those are the matrix people from the matrix control system, and the reptilian is the one who's really watching you. But sometimes he walks away, and they're the ones who are supposed, like your bodyguards, but in fact they're not the bodyguards. They're just watching you, so you follow the protocol. because they inserted some, it's like a plate in your heart, in your chest, and there's a disc in your head. It looks like a golden disc, and then there's a chain. It goes all through your DNA, like strands of DNA. I see it both in strands of DNA, and it's going through the spinal cord. It goes in a wave motion, like a wave, like a snake in the wave, and then but the it connects your head, and then there's just like just like hooks going into the bones of your hips. It's like an exoskeleton that they're starting to create. The plans are to create more of the structure to support, to make you stronger, because they're starting to use you as some sort of super soldier on some missions from that point. And you start losing, like, you start losing yourself. You understand that. You understand that. And what I get, that you actually disconnect because you say you want to come back to your country, you want to break the contract. And I see, if I fast forward, that you break the contract also with those shadow people, and they go away, but your reptilian stays. And that reptilian, you're used as some spy. They want you to go. So it's like I see you each and every life. There are only 18 lives. This is number. Wait, I see 118, so 118. And this is 119. Yeah. And all these lives, they kind of push you into, they put you in different countries. It's a tricky thing, because you are disconnected from the program of being like thrown onto different missions, but they're still using you, and to use you as an asset of the information. You collect information for them in your energy body, in your physical body, which flows into the energy body. It keeps it in there, and then they take it from you. They easily take it from you, because there's something in if I look, your energy sphere is not like regular energy sphere, because it's double-sided. The reception side is outside, and all the informational field and all your thoughts that you think, that go into the space around you, they get absorbed through that field. It's like a little net. It's made out of like bright green light, tiny, tiny net. And that net collects information and sends it like a code, second coded. It has one antenna on top of your energy sphere. It almost looks like a sphere with antenna on top. Antenna is pointed at the Mars space where those reptilians are. I see like there is it's like a computer room with desks and a lot of reptilians sitting there, and they have different assets. who collect information, and through the implant system, they send you to different places in the world in each life too. So and they would actually make you go to certain people to get in contact with them so they can get information from them. Yeah, I see 118 live clearly now. So there's something else present in the energy sphere I can't make out. It's like a red and black, or energy keeps moving and then it's shifting and it's so slimy, and it's like every time I try to touch it, it goes out from my. So I tell you to create like a net for butterflies and to catch that thing. It turns into like a green dragon. And the thing is, oh no, that's reptilian is saying, well, he's a soldier. I'm teaching him. He's another asset, but I'm teaching them. We created them specifically for being. It's like an engineer, technician of some sort, because you also have this aspect to you that you used to build spaceships, plus, and you used to teach. So two things, and it's like he's telling you that that's his recruiter and he needs you to teach him, and if you do that, he's gonna help you figure out how to go back, he'll show you where your portal is, how you got here, so you can come out. Which is an interesting thing because you actually were very close in life 118 to get out of here, but you didn't succeed because you got distracted. And I see exactly how they distracted you. They started calling. I see like a group of disincarnated start calling you for help. There in this space, it looks like just like a round space, like a bubble, with a platform with disincarnated on it. And you focused your attention onto them, and you forgot that you were supposed to focus your attention on getting out. And that's what happened. Right. And that's when this guy, this reptilian, came up with this plan. Okay, well, I'll deceive him that way. There's also, I'm just looking around your energy sphere, just so complex, because on top of it at the bottom, there is some strange round doors periodically open up, and it looks like you get just stretched out, like your head goes out, and then your legs go out, and it's if they are stretching you and getting your energy out and information out in such a strange way. It's almost like they're getting to the core, to the center of your essence, to do that, because your energy is so condensed and you got so much experience that that's pretty much what they have to do, and they do it with some sort of technology. They put like it's like a fence around your energy sphere. It looks like a big ring, but made out of different pieces. And then there's tubes going into two openings on the fence. And that's how they go straight into this doors, round doors in the energy sphere, and that's how they get you. And in those moments, it's like you're numb, you're frozen. Some things going in your life as if Nothing is working, as if you didn't have energy, or whatever you try to do is not working simply because with the information they take a lot of energy out of you. And it happens once or twice a year, that particular thing. I suspect that that's when you get usually run down or sick or something like this, because it's just a major, because there's a lot of reptilians standing behind this one. He's just the one who follows the commands of the commanders above him. There is a whole hierarchical thing, and there is this very tall reptilian, looks like Mitra reptilian, the red. He looks very jumpy and aggressive. He's with the military people in the underground facilities all the time, actually on Earth, because they tried to recruit you quite a few times, I feel, because of your knowledge of other star races. That's what they wanted from you. So you could be like teaching others to communicate with other star races, because you understand, you know how they communicate with each other. You do know that some of them use language and telepathy, and you know the languages. Okay, you're still in the energy sphere. I understand why you use this tall, because you're like stretched out constantly. So you're getting out, you're taking out, you're closing this 2 round doors on top and the bottom right now. You're taking off, it's like a sticky kind of net that you're taking off of your outside of your energy sphere. You're taking it into a bowl, throwing it out. You're collecting this, it's like this kind of, some spots are bright, the other one is some mustard color. On the back, it's your energy of the deep frustration and a little bit of fear mixed in there, and mostly disappointment in yourself, that you take it off of your upper back. It's almost like you yourself created a plate of your own energy there that holds you in this kind of constricted mode. So you took it out and you created like a flying, you say it's like a flying machine. It's like a drone, that the drone is gonna fly around and spread the information for people who are about to lose their bodies, how to get out of the system. And you just transform this information into this, transform this energy that you created and put on your upper back into that. And then you're taking out this disc. Yeah, this golden disc. It looks like a very ancient, comes to me like Sumerian disc. It's got some numbers and like the funky letters on it, and it's divided into different, like a pie when you cut it. It's like that. It's each part has a program in it, like a software program, but like a disk with multiple software programs that contain thoughts and directions what to do in your life. So you take that one out, you throw it out the portal. So you go into chest area. You touch your throat, and like you touch like this here, and almost like you're activating something, like your abilities to speak other languages or something. I mean star languages, because you're like fixing your neck in a way, like reactivating something there, like the vocal cords, and then you take out that plate from your chest. Also, the rods from the hips, the snake. So it looks like a snake. It looked first like chain, and then when you start touching it, looks like a snake, but it's like a snake made out of metal, like an AI snake, because I totally see. I see its head stuck in the back of your head, and the tail is kind of going down. It almost looks like you have a tail yourself on the back. But it's like an antenna, and that antenna is supposed to get the impulses from underneath. It's somehow related to that information that they take from you too, because it helps us opening that portal in a way in your own energy sphere at the bottom, and then the head of the snake opens it on top. So you take it out. You open a big, large portal like a door. Push all those implants out. And then you say, okay, and I'll bring all the contracts, all these papers. I remember I signed a lot. You made me sign a lot. They even put you through interrogations and things like that. Like I see a lot of dark, it's like almost like I see like a screen with multiple pictures, what they've done to you. They've tortured you for information, and they forced you to talk to Somalian groups, the government, on that life, Brazilian colonel. And so I see like this Mitra in charge. It's very vicious looking. There's some technology in his eyes that he almost makes my head like feel like it's gonna explode. So let's put a shield here. And there's tons of papers. There's literally like a tray of papers. There's about 200 of them. Different contracts, and then how they change the contracts with each life. So you just say, you know what, I'm just gonna put it all together, stick it in the box, all of those, and I just put fire in the box. It's it like a candle you put in, and it goes on fire. So that's what I do, because you got to me by lying, by deceiving me, by scaring me about taking my family away, doing something to my children, my life. You've done it in so many lives. It's me. So burning it off. You did. Looks like a large square box made out of bronze. You just all ashes. So you open like a black hole portal and put it in there for demolecularization. So just basically dissolve it into molecules so it can never get back together. And then you say it's time to cleanse the your mental and emotional bodies that they impacted so much. They put like wires through your energy bodies. And I see they all like horizontal wires through them, going like in that wave motion too, just like that snake was on the back. So you take them out. There are 8 of them, all those wires. You throw them out in the portal. Then you just say, well, now I have to take care of my 200 strands of DNA. They say there are actually 202, but they totally eliminated the other 2, which I'm gonna recreate. So I have them back. And They are pieces that are numb or frozen. You see, there's a way to freeze segments of DNA that they use technology. It looks like a little metallic pen that they freeze the segments of DNA by touching them. There's a blue sigma light, you say, comes out of it and freezes DNA structure. You unfreeze it now with your hands, and then just forward, down with DNA. Now you go to that moment where you see that happening, that you cannot save those cells. And what you do, you grab, you freeze the time, you grab that capsule, you save them, and from that moment you never feel the slow vibrational feelings of failure. So you never get into that you never jump into that portal. So you're safe back, and you're on your spaceship, as if nothing happened. But this is going to be your experience that you're going to keep forever. But you did change your timeline with that, and you also, by the drone that you created, you spread the information to those 15 cells also. But so now back to you. I'm looking at your energy sphere. So you eliminated all of the outside and inside. You cleansed it all. Those guys are still standing, and now you open a portal and you're telling them to go away. It's your free will choice. You want them out, so they leave. The boss is gonna punish for sure this reptilian who's under him. This Midra's are the most vicious species. So he goes out, and you're like, sigh of relief, because you don't feel constrained anymore. You feel pressured and constrained. That's the main effect that they had on you. There was also something uneasy. Something was always deep, deep, deep down uneasy, and you couldn't get to the bottom of it. Why? It's almost as if you have some secrets and you want to open them and know, but you can't. You can't find the right key to open the door to them. But you finally did open, and now you know. But you say that you love teaching. You love teaching other alien races. That's probably your favorite thing to do. And you also liked creating, building, creating architecture, design. That was something that you were fascinated with, and you'll love that. How you can restructure things because they're just energy. You don't have to destroy it, but you can redo them in a perfect way, and you can also improve and improve more and more. And now, since you're here, you're not gonna let AI learn and get enough information to take over, because that's what happened in some universes. The complete AI take over, which erased them from the face of creation, and you have to restructure, recreate from point one, from step one, all of them. So just totally went to square one in creation and of those, because it's much more like serpent, like that snake that was in your back. It's those creatures infiltrate, they create wormholes that comes through them, and then they poison the universes little by little. Okay, well, You're done with your cleansing. If you want, I can turn off this part and then go to your questions. So one before.
Yes, I want to thank you if you can do that. Thank you.